Okay, so it's 7 o'clock on Friday, January 17th. Welcome everyone back to our Friday stream from 7 to 8 p.m. On this stream, we're going to continue to talk about Oakville. Last week, we discussed the Oakville real estate market, going into a number of different, talking about a number of different, topics relating to that market. We're going to continue the question and answer for Oakville. That is the market that me and Asim specialize in. Asim, go ahead.
Hi everyone. This is Asim and Cash. Today we are going to talk about the Oakville market again, and this is the continuation of our last podcast. And I'm going to ask Cash the questions again, so that may clear some Oakville market understanding for you guys. Okay, Cash. So
first of all, I just want to say that we are going to talk today about a lot of developments, a lot of projects that are ongoing in Oakville. There's like 15 to 20 different projects that are always ongoing in terms of inventory, things available. So we'll talk about the actual projects as well on this stream. And our goal is always to meet people in person. If there's motivated purchasers that want to buy in Oakville, even outside Oakville, we work, but that's our main market. But we always suggest that come see us at our office in Mississauga, or at the very least, let's set up a Zoom call, because that's really the best way they'll be able to assist you, any purchasers or even anyone that's looking to sell their house. We love in-person interaction. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And if someone has any questions, they can call us and they can write us email, and we will be able to answer the question in the next podcast. Okay, Cash. So as we spoke last time, the Oakville is comparatively an expensive market.
It is, yeah.
And I'll ask the question again.
Okay.
Why the Oakville is as an expensive market?
Yeah, so Oakville, obviously, again, it's one of the best markets in Canada. It has a lot of things going for it. Number one, it's a township, but it's got all the amenities and all the things of a municipality. It's very closely located to Lake Ontario, so it's right on the border of the lake. As you know, anywhere where you're close to the lake, there's always a premium for that. The schools in Oakville are some of the best schools. We get a lot of clients that reach out to us that have families, that have children, and their number one priority is to put them in the best schools. Oakville has some of the best institutions here, from public school to secondary school. And a lot of the new developments that are happening in Oakville, they're building brand new facilities. So anyone that is booking a brand new property in 1 or 2 years, when it's ready, they're also going to have a brand new school there for their children.
Okay, talking about the schools, what are the best schools here in Oakville?
So schooling-wise, there's a lot of good schools here. Abbey Park, which is in Glen Abbey, that's one of the best schools. Joshua Creek is a very good school. There is Iroquois Ridge, which is also a very high-rated school. That's in North Oakville. I just wanted to keep touching upon, you said, why Oakville, right? So basically the schooling, number one, proximity to downtown Toronto, but still having that small town feel. That's what a lot of people like. The level of safety is, I would say, higher compared to other cities in the GTA. The demographic, the infrastructure, the nature, the trails. There's a number of different reasons why Oakville is trading at a higher premium when it comes to purchasing.
And talking about entertainment, do we have any entertainment options in Oakville?
Entertainment, PG Entertainment. There are a lot of options in Oakville. There's a lot of new plazas that have been built over the last 10 to 15 years. There's a big plaza that's right on the border of Mississauga at Winston Churchill and QEW. They have a Cineplex there. They have the golfing, the mini putt. They have a number of restaurants. If you go towards QEW, going down towards Rycroft in South Oakville, there's another Cineplex there. Downtown Oakville, they got so many beautiful restaurants, a lot of high-end restaurants or even casual restaurants. We just went there actually a few months ago. We took our parents there for my dad's birthday. So beautiful restaurant. They just opened up there called Laylac. That's in downtown Oakville. So a lot of nice things. But let's just be honest here. Oakville is still quite a quiet like area compared to say Mississauga or Toronto. I mean, it attracts more families. It attracts more, younger families with children. If you really want to go party and all that stuff, then obviously there's more options in Mississauga or Toronto. But it has things to do. It has things to do.
And I want your opinion. What is the best builder in Oakville and what is the worst builder in Oakville?
Yeah, so we work with all the builders, right? I don't want to throw any builder under the bus here, but we get mixed reactions on some developers, and we have other developers where I would say it's more skewed towards like favorable. They had a good experience with that developer. I don't really want to name names right now. I don't want to throw any under the bus, but one thing I can say is that the chance of you going with, if you're going to spend more money for the product, it's going to be a higher end product. You're probably going to get better customer service. So if you have the budget to spend on a higher end product in Oakville, most of the time, buying from a builder that you're paying 2.1 for versus buying from a builder that you're paying 1.9 for, not all the time, but typically the higher priced product, you pay for what you get. So that's what I can say. We have a number of builders that we work with: Mattamy Homes, Hallett Homes, Fernbrook Homes, Remington Homes. We have 2 new projects coming up in the pipeline for both townhouses and detached homes in Oakville. Arista Homes, like I said, and Cost Corp. So we got a lot of stuff going on.
But still, tell me who's the number one.
They're all good. I will say that 2 builders we work really closely with in the Oakville market. Number one would be, one of them would be Fernbrook Homes. Oh. We do a lot of volume for Fernbrook. They're very good quality builder. They've been around for a while. They've also done developments outside of Canada. Their prices are on the higher end, but quality craftsmanship, very good customer service. I would say Hallett Homes is another good builder in Oakville. Again, maybe a little bit higher on the price point, but very good quality builder. And like I said, right now, some of these builders, they have inventory. There is some flexibility for negotiation on price. So, whatever you see on the price list, right now it is a buyer's market. So we might be able to work with some of these builders on the price.
And price-wise, what is the least expensive you can buy in Oakville?
Least expensive in Oakville. Okay, so like I said on the last stream, there's different products, right? I mean, we have condos in Oakville. We have condo townhomes. We have townhomes that are 3-story and 2-story. We have detached homes. So, like I said, it depends what product you're looking at and what your budget is. Condos in Oakville right now, they're trading at about $11.50 per square foot, right? So if you're doing the math on my calculator, a 1-bedroom condo in Oakville right now, $11.50, that's around 500 square feet. You're looking at about $550 to $560, $550 to $560,000 starting for a 1-bedroom condo. Townhomes are starting from about $1.1 million, depending on what type of townhome you go for. 3-story townhomes tend to be cheaper than 2-story townhomes. The 3-story townhomes, there's a number of different concepts for 3-story. There's a back-to-back townhouse where you're attached to another townhouse. There is the traditional 3-level with a garage at the front. Then you have the rear lane where you have 2-car garage at the back of the house, and then you have 3 stories again, and then you have the traditional 2-story townhouse. The 2-story townhouse are the more popular ones. We have a lot of people in Oakville that are either they're looking in Oakville that are either downsizing. Maybe they're an older family, older couple. Their kids have gone to school. They've moved out of the house. They're looking to downsize, so they prefer the 2-story townhouses because they don't want to climb 3 sets of stairs, right? So they're very popular. The 2-story townhouses, those start from 1.2. The 3-story townhouses, those can be geared towards. I mean, there are older couples that are interested, but more so I think the younger couples, in their 30s or 40s that maybe have 1 or 2 kids, young kids, they can take the trek if they have to climb up a few sets of stairs. Detached pre-construction, single-car garage, you're looking at about $1.5 million starting, brand new in Oakville, and 2-car garage detached, you're looking starting around $1.8 million. So it is an expensive market, but it's very hard to say these numbers black and white. Like I said, some builders right now we can push and pull in terms of the pricing. Resale prices are trading at a lower price than the pre-construction. So, it's not black and white.
But talking about the old people, I mean, there are bungalows available here, or some houses with the elevators?
That is a very good question. A lot of people in Oakville are always looking for bungalows. They're not building brand new bungalows in Oakville. They're not. If you're looking for a resale bungalow, there are options. It's going to be 20, 30 years old. But, we have people that buy bungalows for two reasons. Either they're investors that want to buy a big, the bungalows are on bigger pieces of land. So they're going to buy a bungalow. They might live in it for a bit. Eventually, they might demolish it. They might build a brand new custom house. The other people are truly, they want to live in a bungalow and they want to have the bigger piece of land. So we have bungalow options in resale. Pre-construction, builders are not building. We have bungalows in Georgetown. We have people that are builders. Remington Homes, they're building in Georgetown bungalows, but nothing in Oakville for brand new.
And we deal with a lot of custom homes as well. Would you like to tell people about that?
In Oakville, So we deal, honestly, anything in Oakville when it comes to either mass-produced builders or custom builders, we deal with both of them. We do work with custom builders in Oakville. Custom builders in Oakville, they specialize more in higher tier products, like between 3 to 5 million, and then obviously 5 million plus. So custom builders are not really building houses that are $1 million, $2 million. Like I would say the price per square foot in Oakville, if you're building a custom house, is around, again, this is not black and white, it varies, but it's about $400 to $600 per square foot.
What about the custom bungalows? Can we make them?
Custom bungalows?
Yeah.
We don't have that many clients that are looking at custom bungalows. To be honest, people that are looking to build custom houses in Oakville, they're more geared towards a 3,000 to 4,000 square foot home. That's what they're looking to build on a piece of land. And also with the custom builds, the standard lots now that builders are offering, they're not huge, right? Like they're 38 by 90, 40 by 90. If you pay a premium, you can get a bigger lot with the builders. But with a custom build, those bungalow lots you're telling me about, some of them have 110, 115 foot depth. So, and some of them are wide, like 50 foot at the front. So, people that have the money to invest, they have the time to build their own house, they would rather maybe buy that bungalow, demolish it, and put up their own house. Obviously, you have to go through Oakville for the zoning and all that stuff. But the custom builders we work with, they take care of all of that. We have custom builders that even just sell the land. They buy land, they build a concept house on it, but they're also willing to sell their land as well.
Okay. And talking about transit options, what do you think about the transit options in
Oakville?
Yeah.
So in Oakville, you have basically people that move to Oakville. Transit, if they're, say, working in downtown Toronto, say hypothetically they live in Oakville, but they need to make the commute to Toronto. If they're commuting by car, which is a nightmare right now with the highway, with what's going on with the QEW, but if they are commuting by car, the accessibility is there. If you're in South Oakville, you have accessibility to QEW, right? It's right there, whether you're north of the QEW or south of the QEW. If you're closer to, say, North Oakville, Dundas and 8th line or Dundas and 9th line, then you have the on-ramp, the 403 on-ramp, which connects you directly to QEW. So you have those options for commuting to Toronto or anywhere in the GTA. Like you have the proximity to the highway system there. If you're taking the train if you commute by train to downtown or wherever you are, Oakville GO Station and Bronte GO Station. So those are the two main GO stations for the GO train. And you have pretty close proximity, whether you're in South Oakville or in North Oakville. Depending where you are, it's about, in a worst case scenario, maybe you're about 10 to 12 minutes away. But you have the transit options there to connect you all over the GTA from Oakville. If you have a transponder, the 407 is also pretty close. If you're in North Oakville, like Dundas and Trafalgar, then you're not too far from the on-ramp where you can hop on the 407, and that can take you onto the that can take you east into the Greater Toronto area, depending on where you want to go. Yeah.
And any objections you face when you deal with the clients?
With Oakville?
With Oakville, yeah.
Of course. I mean, price is one of the biggest things in Oakville, right? We have a lot of people that want to be in Oakville, but the budget is kind of an issue, and it's not to blame clients that their budget's not big enough. It's just the prices are really expensive in Oakville. It's simple as that, you know. So that is one objection that we face, but you know, for us to really help the client, we need to meet them in person, like I said, you know, because there's a lot of projects that are ongoing. And if there's a house they like in Oakville that's, say, 1.8 from the builder or 1.9, we might be able to push the builder to bring that down a little bit. Again, not by $200,000 or $300,000 or $400,000. That's just unrealistic. Builders are not going to drop the price that much. But we might be able to push the builder on a few things with the prices. We might be able to push the closing date. We might be able to get some extension on the deposit. Right now, I'm not saying 5 months from now, we don't know where the market's going to go, but it's a buyer's market right now, and we might have flexibility with some of these developers. But that's the biggest objection is the price, because I think if Oakville was considered an affordable market, everyone would want to be there. We have calls from people that are living in Brampton, Mississauga. We have calls from people from all over the GTA that are saying, hey, you know what, we want to sell our property, we want to move to Oakville. But then when we tell them the prices, it's just unaffordable. But that's why we have another alternative market, which is Milton. And I know a lot of people, they shake their head at Milton, but we have options that are right on the border of Oakville and Milton, like Britannia and Thompson Road. It's about 9 minutes from the border of Oakville. But you fall into the Milton district. So, and also I know people are saying, oh, we go to Oakville, like families, they want to be in Oakville for the schools, for their kids. So that specific demographic, that area of Milton, they're building brand new schools, they're building brand new facilities, community centers, everything is brand new, the retail plazas. So that is a good pocket. Although it falls under Milton, it's a good pocket to consider. The same house in Oakville that we're selling for $1.8 million, we're selling it at that location in Milton, 8 minutes away for 1.4. It's about a $400,000 price difference. It's significant.
That's a good option, right?
Yeah, it's significant.
So I know we discussed some projects last week.
Yeah.
And do you see any change from last week to now? Like, what's the update?
No, 1 week is not enough. You know what? In a good market, we have seen 1 week where the builders increased the price by 30, 40K. We've seen that happen. But no, we haven't noticed anything. I mean, I think January has been a pretty standard January month in real estate, like not too much volume. And but there are some positive things coming up. January 29th, the interest rate is going to hopefully drop by 50 basis points. That's the hope. I don't know if it will. But yeah, so we have some good things coming up. But, you know, going back to Oakville in terms of prices, where are they going to go in Oakville? I personally think the prices are going to stay the same. And over time, they're going to slightly edge up. And I think we're in a period for the buyers, not necessarily for the sellers, but for the buyers right now, we're in a period where they can still capitalize on some good deals, whether it's in the pre-construction or the resale. We don't have a crystal ball, but I just don't see the pre-construction prices dropping another $100,000, $200,000 this year, especially with the rates coming down. So I think Oakville is a market that holds its ground. Like price-wise, Oakville is a market that holds its ground. So that's my opinion on it for Oakville.
Yeah. And a lot of people, a lot of clients ask me this question, right? When they want to buy a pre-construction home, why do they need the agent? Why they can't go directly to the builder and buy something?
Amazing question. So that's a question that, you know, I think for buyers, like, we need to answer that. A lot of the projects in Oakville, potential buyers can walk in. They can walk into the sales office. They can speak with the sales team there. They can buy directly, right? If a client is looking to buy a property, a pre-construction property, a brand new property from a developer in Oakville, there's no discount if they go directly to the builder versus if they go through an agent. There are maybe some scenarios depending on the developer, but most of the time there's no discount. The builders want to honor the agents. They understand that the agents are working hard. So they won't go and, if a purchaser, a potential purchaser walks into Mattamy Homes, Mattamy is not going to give that client $50,000 or $60,000 more off the price because they're not coming with an agent. 90% of the time. With us, because we specialize in Oakville, we don't have any bias towards a specific developer. So when we meet at our office or we do a Zoom call, what we do is we share every option available. Well, first what we do is we speak with a client, we see what exactly they're looking for. We KYC, which is know your client. We look to see what exactly they're looking for, what kind of product they're looking for, what their closing date is, what their budget is. A lot of variables involved. Once we get that, then we will direct them towards specific projects that meet their needs. But we're not going to give a biased opinion towards a specific developer. We will give a factual opinion based on our interaction with the developers, based on client experiences, which developer is generally more well-liked, which developer people have a better response or better feedback on in terms of their craftsmanship, their customer service. So we will give a factual opinion. But for myself and for Asim, I know some agents may be fixated on what commission they're getting from the builder. That's not how we operate. Our job is to service the client the best way possible based on what they're looking for, what they need. If the commission payout is 1% or 0.5% or 2%, at the end of the day, if we're servicing the client the right way, we're going to get more business to us. The volume for us is going to grow. So for us, when we meet with clients, we give them all the options based on their preferences. These are 3 or 4 developers. These are their options. They can take our opinion, but we don't skew them towards a specific developer. We'll just tell them factually which developer is generally more well-liked, which developer, based on client experiences, they've had a better experience with.
Okay.
Yeah,
So we have a question here. Someone asked, what is the pre-approval? Last time, I think we answered the question, right? But
pre-approval?
Yeah.
Pre-approval, okay, so basically when you're booking a property from a developer, the pre-approval is something that the developer requires the purchaser to give. Basically, it's a letter or it's a document stating that at the time of closing, this purchaser will be approved based on their current scenario, will be approved for a loan that will cover the purchase price minus whatever deposit they've already given to the developer. That's what it is. So,
so coming back to the pre-approval, why don't we explain the process of booking a pre-con again?
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
So booking a pre-construction house, a brand new house in Oakville, you meet with the agent. In this case, you meet with us. We will share the options to you based on what you're looking for. We have all the physical brochures. We have every single marketing material for all the projects in Oakville. So we'll share all that with the client. And at the end of it, if they've decided they want to go ahead with a specific property that's available, the first step is that they will fill out a worksheet. Normally the builder has a worksheet. The worksheet we can fill out on their behalf. It just contains the purchaser's name, email, phone number, their job position, and their employer. And also, we need to take 2 pieces of ID. Every developer needs 2 pieces of ID, driver's license or driver's license is a good piece of ID, front and back photos of that. And then we also need either the Canadian passport or PR. That is to make sure that they are a Canadian resident or a Canadian PR. Obviously, foreign buyers, they cannot buy as of right now in Canada. That's another topic we'll get into. There are some ways where foreign investors can buy, but generally right now they cannot buy. So we take the 2 pieces of IDs, we fill out the worksheet, and then the builder needs the signing deposit check, the initial signing amount. It could be $20,000, it could be $30,000, but that check, they need the physical copy. We need to drop that off to the builder in person. And basically, once we give that to the builder, they will secure that lot. They will start to write the APS for the client. With some developers, we meet the developer at the sales office, like the sales representative. We do the physical paperwork for the signing the agreement of purchase and sale. In some instances, the developer will send a digital APS by email to the purchaser for them to sign off. So, and then after the purchaser signs off on the APS, whether in person or online, goes back to the developer. They'll sign off on it. At that time, it is a firm and binding agreement for freehold. Condos, you have a 10-day cooling period, but for freehold at that time, if it's a detached property, it's a firm and binding agreement. And then the purchaser is obligated to also, typically within 30 days, give the pre-approval letter. We work with a lot of mortgage agents, so if they need assistance, we can refer them to a mortgage agent that can get the pre-approval letter. If they can get it directly from the bank, they can go directly to their bank and get the pre-approval letter. And then they need to drop off the post-dated checks. Normally within 2 weeks, they need to give the post-dated checks for the installment payments that are due to the builder. Normally it's 10% down within 1 year in different installments, depending on the project, and the pre-approval letter within 30 days. And that's basically it. And then after maybe 2 or 3 months, maybe not, maybe 1 month or 2 months, builder will call them at the core center, and then at that time, they'll choose additional upgrades, structural upgrades. If they want to get the basement finished from the builder, they'll have that option for some of the builders. They do the finished basement. That'll come like after they sign the they purchase the property.
And about the pre-approval, do all the builders they need the pre-approval or what?
Most builders do. Most builders require pre-approval. Some builders they need it directly from the bank. Some builders you can go through like a mortgage agent or a mortgage brokerage to get the pre-approval. But I would say 90% of the builders, 95% maybe, they do require it. There are some builders like Fernbrook Homes. We've done some deals for them in the last 2 years. They haven't required it. But, at the end of the day, our goal is to make sure that the client can close the property and they can afford the monthly payments, right? So, pre-approval is needed. And also the builders need the pre-approval as well because some builders, they need financing from their own lenders, and the pre-approval gives them that, that allows them to get their financing requirements to start building the houses as well.
Okay. Yeah. And I know we spoke about Milton already, right? But Oakville is very close to Burlington.
Yeah.
In terms of pricing, what's the difference you see when it comes to the Burlington and Oakville?
Burlington is slightly cheaper. Good question. Very good question, Austin. Burlington is slightly cheaper than Oakville. Slightly cheaper. So if, again, hypothetical scenario, because right now they're not building in Burlington. The issue with Burlington, they have issues there with the sewage system. And there's a lot of pushback. Like it's hard to get zoning there. It's hard to get zoning approval from the city of Burlington. There's not that many projects going on. And we have so many clients that want to purchase or consider Burlington as an option, but we don't have that many options. But price-wise, it is slightly cheaper than Oakville. So let's just say if you're buying a townhouse in Oakville for $1.2 million, it might be $100,000 less in Burlington. But it's still It's still an expensive market. We have some townhouses available, pre-construction and ready-made in Burlington right now. They're hovering around the million one. So it's not, it's slightly cheaper than Oakville, not significantly cheaper. Beautiful market, but we don't have that many projects. We do have a few, which we can share with clients, but we're hoping in the next few years they can get some more approvals and they can start building more. I'm sure there's some projects in the pipeline, but Burlington, there's not much going on there. Oakville, we have a lot of projects, but even the projects in Oakville, it's not like we're sitting on hundreds of lots. Like one project, we have 1 or 2 lots left. The other project, we have 1 or 2 lots. And yes, projects are always being released. Like after every few months, there's a new release. But it really depends. If that project is really high demand, it might be scooped up. Like we had a release with a builder last year, and there was people waiting outside for a week to get a lot. So it's not necessarily like, okay, there's nothing available now, I'll wait for the next release. The next release might be like 8 homes, and maybe the layouts you don't even like, and then also it might be really high demand. So it's not like there's always something better waiting around the corner. And obviously, like historically, prices, they go up over time. So if there's a good opportunity right now for buyers to get into Oakville, like I said, prices have been discounted, both in resale and there's negotiation power with some of the builders for pre-construction.
And talking about the land in Oakville, right?
Yeah.
I see there's very, very less land left in Oakville.
Yeah.
And do you see where the market is going in Oakville, like where they are going to build more houses?
You know what? I think there's a lot of land still in North Oakville, right? Like South Oakville, it's becoming a little bit, and also there's more preserved land in South Oakville. But I think in North Oakville towards Dundas and Trafalgar, like, you know, if you're driving down Dundas and say you're coming west from Mississauga, you're passing Dundas and 9th line and then Dundas and 8th line. Once you hit Dundas and Trafalgar, on the right side, between Dundas and Burnhamthorpe, like there's a lot of rural land there. I know they're building some condos there, but I think there's a lot of land there that's untouched. I don't know how much of it is privately owned or people don't want to sell it right now, but I feel like that whole area is eventually going to be, it's going to become developed. Like if you look even at where Mattamy currently building for Joshua Creek, Upper Joshua Creek, which is at Dundas and 8th line, every phase they release, they're just going further north and north. So it's getting to a point where like they're getting closer to Burnhamthorpe, like in that, you know, that runs parallel to Dundas. So they keep building like more north. So there's a lot of land there. I think there's a lot of potential for Oakville to grow. Downside of that, of course, people are going to say it's going to become more dense. It's going to become more busy, traffic. But that's inevitable, right? Like Oakville is what Mississauga was, I would say, like 15 years back, 10 years back. You can see how dense Mississauga has become now. And Oakville is kind of the next wave now. And it will become dense, but it's going to take time. It's going to take time.
So you think that the zoning is going to change in North Oakville, right?
No, I think so. See, like there's a lot of things that are in the pipeline. For us as agents, we get an update from the builder when they start to market the product. But that land, the zoning process for that has already started 4 years back, right? Like they might have bought that land 2 or 3 years back. They've already gone through the zoning for it. Like they've been working with the city. Then they got the approval. And now they're deciding, okay, we're going to launch this project. We're going to market this project. So I feel like there are probably other projects from other developers that are already in the pipeline. They've already got the okay, so I'll give you an example. If you drive down Burnhamthorpe during the daytime, one day when you're driving down Burnhamthorpe and Dundas, you'll see the sign from the Oakville, like the city, and basically they put up a billboard and then they say that this land is future zoned for 250 units residential. So once you see that, you're already going to know, okay, there's going to be builders building here in the future. And if you go down towards Burnhamthorpe and 6th line, I've already seen 2-3 of those signs. Builder hasn't released the project yet. It's probably in the marketing phase, but I've seen many of those signs. So North Oakville is going to become more dense for sure. South Oakville, there are pockets of land. Like if you look at Glen Abbey, which is towards Bronte and QEW, there's 6 builders that build there, right? They started building there in 2021. Fernbrook, Hallett Homes, Countrywide, Fremont, they build like hundreds of homes there and they're done now. Hallett Homes, they have a few houses still left there. They have like 3-4 lots, but that whole community has been built out. So I think like South Oakville, the land is more limited. There are still pockets of land that are going to be there's going to be development, but also the prices are higher there. So it's more of a select clientele. But I think like people that are falling in that 1.5 to 2 million, even to 2.2, 2.3 million range, if that's their budget, there's going to be a lot of development coming towards North Oakville in the future. And I think that's for people that are looking to be in Oakville. I think that's where you're going to see a lot of sales, a lot of purchases.
And what are some upcoming projects in Oakville right now? Like
So there's a lot, right? Depending on what you're looking for. Like we deal mainly in low rise, so I would say that. Of course, Mattamy Homes, they're going to keep building there for the next, 5 years. Like they've been building in Oakville for like a long time. We do a lot of deals with them. Mattamy Homes is one of the largest developers in North America. They build across North America. They're a very reputable developer. We do have clients. It's a mixed bag, right? We have clients that are very happy with Mattamy Homes. We have clients that feel like their quality is not the greatest. So yeah, we're gonna end. I think we'll end the stream because we're already at 45 minutes. We'll end the stream just talking about projects now, and then we'll cut it. But yeah, starting with Mattamy Homes, they have They're a huge builder, but like I said, kind of a mixed bag. A lot of people are happy with them. Some people not so much when it comes to their craftsmanship, when it comes to the customer service, but they are the cheapest in terms of price point. So if you're booking a property, a low-rise property, a single-car detached or a two-car garage detached, or even a townhouse, typically Mattamy Homes is the cheapest in Oakville when it comes to price point. So, and also one thing with Mattamy Homes, they typically build on time. So if you're booking a property from Mattamy Homes and they're saying your house is going to be ready July 5th, 2025, there's a very good chance their product is that your house is going to be ready by that time. So they're very prompt. They have a huge team of laborers that work with them. And I've seen them put up a house in like 5 months. They're crazy. So they're the one builder that's going to keep developing and building there. They're actually sold out of most of their detached houses right now. They only have a few there, and then they have like inventory homes. We're expecting another release from Mattamy Homes in the coming weeks. It could be next week. It could be a week, 2 weeks from now. But yeah, they're going to have homes, and we do have some inventory right now available with them. We have inventory with Fernbrook Homes. They are one of my favorite builders. We've worked with them for a while. They build a really good quality product and like really, really luxury. Like they build luxury homes, I would say. And quality-wise, craftsmanship-wise, they're great. Customer service-wise, I mean, my interaction with them, with my clients, they've been happy with them. They are on the higher price, right? But like I said, you pay for what you get. So, you know, if you're looking to book if you have a budget that is sustainable and you want to get the best product, a very good high-end product, Fernbrook Homes is a great builder. Every builder has pros, like every builder has good reviews and negative reviews. If you go to online and you type any builder, they're going to have good reviews and they're going to have negative reviews. That's just how it is. But typically Fernbrook is really good. We have product also from, I can't go over all the projects. I'm just going to talk about low rise, but condos, we have a number of condo projects, but for low rise, Remington Homes, we have 2 lots there at Burnham-Thorpe and 6th Line. That are single car garage detached. They're also listed on MLS. They're priced around 1.6, 2,500 square feet. So we have 2 lots there. We have a few lots from Green Homes, who's building at Burnham-Thorpe and 6th Line in North Oakville. Those are going to have closings of 2026. So if someone's looking for a later closing, I think we have 1 or 2 lots left there. What else? We have, like I said, 2 new projects coming up in the next month. One is from Arista Homes. They're building townhouses at Dundas and 8th Line, and they've been building there for the last year. Like they've been selling, and yeah, they've been building as well. They're releasing detached houses. It's most likely going to be a limited release, but we're going to have a combination of 28 feet single car garage detached houses, and we're going to have 36 feet frontage double car garage. Those are releasing in a month. If you guys are interested on more information on that project, feel free to reach out to us. Our number is here. And another builder, Cost Corp, they're currently building in Milton, detached houses and townhouses. They're also bringing townhouses and 38-foot lots to Oakville. I'm pretty sure that's going to be somewhere close to Dundas and Trafalgar because that's where we've seen their sign. And we spoke with the builder a few months back, and they said, yes, we're coming to Oakville, so be prepared for that project to release. And what else is there? We have not a lot, but we have some options in South Oakville. Like I said, Hallett Homes, we have lots coming. We have lots still available there in Glen Abbey, detached houses, 2-car garage. Hallett Homes is also going to be releasing detached houses in North Oakville. So if someone is looking to be closer to Dundas and 8th Line or closer to the border of Mississauga, they don't prefer South Oakville. They feel it's far away from Mississauga. We have some houses coming from Hallett Homes as well. They're going to be releasing more houses at close to Joshua Creek in the coming weeks. What else is there? Like I said, we have 15, 20 projects. It really depends on the client's needs, but if they can meet us in our office, we can really go over all the options. A lot of clients, they call us and they say, send me an email. You know, we can send them an email, but I'm not going to send them 20 different builders, 20 different projects. It's really hard. We can do a Zoom call, even a Zoom call or a phone call is helpful. But when clients call us and say just send us an email, it's very hard for us. You know, it's very hard for us to draft an email with all the options. So come see us. We're located in Mississauga. We can do a Zoom call, as well if it's really hard to meet us right away. And I think that's the best way we can go from there.
Yeah. Okay, everyone. So we will end the podcast today.
Yeah.
And if you guys have any question, you can call us or write an email. And we'll see you guys next week. Take care.
Yeah. One thing. Sorry. What was I going to say? Yeah, we want to get more engagement on the stream. That's our goal. So if anyone is watching and they want to call us, or if they want to text in the comment box, any questions regarding anything. The last 2 weeks we've been talking about Oakville. I don't know what our plan is for next week, but we just wanted to go more in depth on Oakville because that's one of our main markets. But any questions, please feel free to let us know.